recording?
You're recording all sections. Yep.
We're live on the air. We're gonna have to figure out how to like.
I feel like we are on the radio or something.
Yeah. No. Okay. So I sent that picture. Well, I didn't send the picture, but the picture I took of y'all last night, where we have 2 laptops open, 2 phones. We got the mic hanging from the chandelier, and I put on my Snapchat story. Tell me why someone, and I told Terisa earlier, I said someone was like, oh, y'all, like, because I told him before, I was like, we do a little podcast. He said, oh, y'all for real, like.
We don't real deal.
And I said, what you can't see is that the microphone's hanging from a light fixture. And he's like, I like the ingenuity. And I said, well, thank you, we trying. Welcome back to the I Know You Heckin' Lied podcast. Since we're not cursing on here anymore, apparently, if you ask Miss Brooke.
We're not cussing on here anymore?
No, she's not. She was the last time she tried to do the intro. She didn't do it. What'd you say, frickin'?
No, she said it and then said, I don't want to cuss.
Yeah. Well, no, there was another episode after that, I want to say, where she did the introduction. She's like frickin' or something, but welcome back. If we sound any better or worse, it's because we have an actual microphone now. Well, depending on which version you get, because we have a fail-safe, which is our original recording method, but we'll see. But I'm Audra.
I'm Brooke.
I'm Teresa.
I'm a hand and and this is where the camera would come in handy to see the ridiculous. I feel like I'm on a early 90s talk show. I'm about to hand up and look under your chairs. Free car, you get a car. And you get a car.
Not
Hold it. Yeah, I feel like I'm about to hand the mic off to my co-host. And Brooke's going to tell us about how she did really actually get a new car.
You get a new car.
That was good. I did get a new car. Okay, so we're going to do a backstory of why I got a new car. So, Friday, we leave work, and I am headed home. We were going to have game night with the neighbors, actually. And I was headed home, and my gas light was on, and so I was like, let me go ahead and get gas. So, I pulled over, filled my tank up, of course. I don't like getting gas, so when I get gas, I get gas. You know, I fill it up. I don't want to stop again. So, I filled it up, and then I got back in my car didn't crank. And so, I was like, oh, okay, this is weird. So, I ended up calling my husband, and he came and jumped the car off because he said the battery was dead, which was all fine and dandy, you know, so whatever, we made it home, and then we buy a new battery, we put the battery in it, and then we're headed to go play golf, and my car just stops. We were like 30 minutes from home, maybe, and my car the gas didn't work. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, we were just driving down the street, and Hunter says, hey, like, the gas ain't working. And I was like, well, that's no good.
It ain't.
What we gonna do about it, husband?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the passenger seat for a reason. You drive us.
Say you problem.
Captain. So he pulls over on the side of the road, and he turns the car off and turns it back on, and it works perfectly, like nothing ever happened. So we're like, okay, that's weird. So we get maybe 3 minutes down the road, and it does it again. So I'm like, okay, we don't need to play golf today. We need to go home and figure out if I'm gonna have a ride or not. And so we got home, and we went back to the house, and yeah, we just discussed what we should do. And
So did you replace the battery?
We did replace the battery, and it wasn't the battery, so we don't know, you know, what happened. But anyway, so I just decided it was time for a new car anyway. So we went to the dealership, and I ended up getting a new car. But I got a Ford Explorer. It's got 3 rows. It's just me and my husband. So I don't know what we're going to use the 3rd row for. But it's very nice. Yeah, I know. It's perfect. I spent the whole day the next day in my driveway just sitting in my new car. I wanted to test it out, you know, see like what all compartments it had.
All the bells and the whistles and the features, I paid for it. I'm going to test all of them out.
I know. And then, I've never, like I said, never had a 3rd row, so I wanted to see how the air conditioner worked back there and stuff, you know, like, I wanted to see
how powerful
it blasts. It is.
It really is, but I did notice, like, when I cranked the air conditioner up on the back seats, because I have, you have the driver's seat, passenger seat, and then the air controls for the back. Like, I have them all up front with me, though. So, I turned the, back seats on high, and it's loud. Like, you can hear it. It's powerful. It will blow your hair back. I'm telling you. And so, I just like sat back there, and then I discovered that when you unbuckle, it pops up a map of like the inside of my car and tells me which seat unbuckled. So
it snitches.
You ain't lying. The car is snitch. You better watch out if you get in my car.
You ain't lying.
I'll be able to call somebody out quick. Like
row 2.
It feels like a school bus for real. It's so much bigger than my old car. I had a Hyundai Santa Fe, so it feels completely different. But I really like it.
You got a good deal on it. Did she tell you the interest rate on it?
I did get a good deal. 1.9.
Dang!
That's what I said.
Ma'am. That is great.
It was just like a special that Ford had. If you
I said I need to go get me a Ford.
Yeah, if you bought the 2023 Explorer, and qualified for it, you could get the 1.9% interest rate, and I did. So I was like, okay.
Say less.
Yeah, it was between that one and I think it was a 2021 that I was going to get, but it had 40,000 miles on it, and the payments were like less than $100 or like a little over $100 a month, like difference. So I was like, I feel like I might as well just go ahead and get the 2023, but with the miles on it. So, well, I think I have 4,000 miles on it, but 4,000 versus 40.
I thought it was like 400.
4,000.
4,000.
It was a I want to say Hunter called it a demo car, but I don't think
where like
that's
they
right.
show it, and that's what they test drive and stuff, or
yeah. So I think somebody had used the car, it was like a
loaner vehicle when they're working on it. Okay,
and so that made the vehicle a little cheaper anyway. So it wasn't priced as high as the other 2023s because it had the 4,000 miles on it. But so I got that discount as well since it had the 4,000.
But it still doesn't have a previous owner.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about someone riding it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it was a good deal. So now, Audra, I know I haven't been at work this week with them. I've been missing all the scoop. But Audra went on a date, so I want to hear how that went.
And I don't know if it was a date. I don't know what y'all consider dates.
It's a date.
It's a date?
Yeah, it was a date. Because, he put the effort in to go get the food and stuff.
Yes, I feel like coming over to my house to hang out just because, not a date, but like you brought dinner. So it was a sort of a date. So this is a person I've been talking to and seeing for a little bit. And it's okay, he's sweet. I don't know if anything will come out of it. I don't know. There's factors to it that are personal to him, and while I'll talk about it, that it has to do with me. I don't want to put certain things out there because I want to be like respectful to a degree, unless you fuck me over, and then you shit's free reign. We don't have similar work schedules right now, where we work similar hours, but we don't have the same days off. He's off during the week, and then I'm off on the weekends, obviously, and so it's been hard to like triangulate time together, which has been difficult. But he was supposed to come over on one of his days off this week, and he was talking about he's going to be here at 9:00 at night. I said, what do you take me for?
I need the camera, because I said...
Yeah, she being, like she's in the office looking at the camera. Because what do you take me for? A woman of the night? A cheap date? A harlot? No. Like, no. If you're wanting to, like, do a date thing, coming over at night, I don't go to sleep at 10. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I go to sleep at like 12 or 1, but I get in bed at 10. And then I sit on my phone, and then I watch TV, and then I eat me a little snacky, get me a little drinky, do whatever.
Snacky and drinky.
A little snacky. A little drinky drink in my bed. So I don't go to bed at 10, but I get ready for bed. And I have my whole system and all my stuff, and like, you coming over, we have an hour together. That's not even long enough to watch a movie. Mm-hmm. We can maybe watch one episode of a Netflix show. That's about 45 minutes. The fuck? No. We both already had dinner. What is that serving? Because I want, my goal with like finding people and trying to talk to people has turned to a point of finding like the purpose in it. If you're not enriching my life, then what are you doing here? But so I said it in a really respectful way, and I won't read the text messages word for word out of privacy, but I essentially said, look, I know it's hard to like, oh, and the thing that got me going though is he's talking about 9:00, and I said, why so late? He said, I'm going to dinner with my coworkers. And I'm like, well, red flag, as Terisa would say, because that's if you can make time for your coworkers, that means you could come over earlier. That's not a valid reason. And he's like, well, it was hit or miss. We hadn't made for sure plans. I was like, but you still could have checked with me. Ooh. Hitting stuff over here. You still could have checked with me. So I told him, I said, 9:00's too late. I said, I need to like step back and evaluate if I want to pursue things, because that's just like, if you're trying to come over at 9, our goals are not aligned. I'm not interested in that. And he's like, he was really respectful, and he was apologetic about it. He said, okay, and we talked about it a little bit more, and I said 7 to 7:30, is the latest I will entertain you coming over. I said, because that gives us like 3 hours of time together. It's not much, but it'll do for now. Because I understand our schedules don't align. We don't have a full day off together, but that's still better than nothing. He's like, okay. And so the next day he was off, and so he came over, and he got there at like 7:30 or so, which he went and got us dinner at an Italian place, and so we had dinner and watched TV, and it was nice. But
it's the effort, man.
That's all
about.
Yeah, well, and I do apologize a lot in my messages when I like stand my ground on stuff, because I don't want to come like I don't feel like I should have to, but I feel like I do downplay my feelings on it. But it's like, but I'm still gonna tell you I'm not cool with that. Like, you're saying you want to pursue something, then you need to show it. Because I don't even remember. I had said something, I think it was during our conversation. I said, it just feels like the intention isn't there, and he even admitted, he's like, yeah, because I haven't taken you on a proper date yet. And I said, you haven't. And I said, I don't know. I have a lot of, like, I guess, quote-unquote, progressive views on, like, dating. Like, y'all made fun of me. I do like paying for my own stuff sometimes on first dates and stuff. But one of the things that I, like, I guess would be, like, traditional about is I think the guy should be the one to pursue the girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
I agree.
Because if you like me down here, I only like you down here. I cannot be the person that likes you more than me. That's losing. And I won't do it.
I'm a winner.
Mama didn't raise no bitch. Mama didn't really raise me, but Grandma did. May she rest in peace. But love you, Grammy.
Doing this for you. Number one.
But
Not
no,
and
I will, and if I like you more and I recognize that I like you more than you like me, I'm gonna tone it down a bit, because I'm not gonna put in more effort than you're putting in, because I'm tired of doing that.
Felt that.
So that's my shenanigans. But yeah, I like him. We'll see how it goes.
Did the date go good?
It went good. Yeah, like we had dinner. He said, what do you want? I said, I don't know. and he gave some options, and I said, these two sounds good. And he said, okay, well, because he doesn't live here. He lives like an hour away, but he had family that lived here at one point, I want to say. And so he's been in the area. And so there's a restaurant, an Italian restaurant he'd been to before. And he's like, it was really good when I had it before. We'll get it again. And
What was it?
Roma's.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Fire ass Alfredo, man.
I got the
Do you know where it's
seafood
at?
manicotti. I've been to it like twice.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe once, I feel like, at some point.
It's so close.
Could not tell you where it's actually at, but I've been to it. And I got that, and then he got something else, and he's like, I didn't know if you'd like soup or salad, but you had to get one. He got salad. Good choice, because that's what I would have wanted. And he's like, do you like appetizers? And I was like, I could take them or leave them. He said, okay, and he pulled out 3 different appetizers. He's like, I got this one, and this one, and this one, and made me try a bite of each of them.
Dang. It
Man,
sounds
with
like
some
it'd be good.
options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, options.
Mm-hmm. Really sweet. But we'll see where it goes. We ain't official or nothing. There ain't no title on it. I feel like we haven't got to see each other.
Come?
Huh?
Is it gonna come?
What, a title?
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, but I feel like first of all, we can only see each other every couple of weeks, because that's when I'm free. And then on that, because our schedules don't cross over for days, we've only like seen each other like this word. We're talking about words that throw us up.
Starts with a C. I don't know how to say it either, but
cumulatively.
there we go.
We've only spent probably 10 hours together, because we've only seen each other like a handful of times, and each time it's only for like a couple hours.
So y'all FaceTime or anything?
No, we text, and that's another thing that was kind of throwing me off, and that's why I kind of threw my temper tantrum, as it were. Not a temper tantrum. I'm not going to downplay myself. I'm just being funny for the sake of being funny. But in the beginning, we would talk all the time. He would FaceTime a couple of times, and we'd talk on voice chat on the computer. Even though we didn't play games together, because we both play video games, he would play his own thing, I'd play my own thing. We'd talk in voice chat for hours at night. We've not done that since the first time we met. Mm-hmm. And anytime I try and ask, he's playing with his friends, which I get. And that's I'm like, okay, well, we only see each other once every 2 weeks for a couple of hours, and you don't text, and we don't talk on the phone. You have to, in those kind of situations, I put my distance a little bit further on dating sites, because I don't personally mind it, but you have to find ways to spend time when you're not together. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it just feels like, dang, I didn't see you but 2 weeks ago. I barely remember you. You're but a distant memory. But, that was my shenanigans. We'll see where it goes.
Okay, Teresa, now I need to know about your
It's not
dating adventures.
I know, she's trying to say dating.
That's hot.
Which one?
Way to say my hands are warm. At
They
least
are.
it's not sweaty.
Is it warm to you?
Ooh, it's a good thing Teresa went last with your clammy hands.
You ain't lying. Yeah, like, which fucking ex shenanigan we want to talk about?
You almost getting sued.
We want to talk about the suit or the date? The semi-date. Because when I tell you, I still mind blowing about that one.
Semi-date.
I didn't tell you about Mexican?
You told me.
The last boyfriend.
You said it went good.
I didn't tell you what was... Okay, alright, let me back it up then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just start what happened last week. So, Brooklyn over here giving me a freaking heart attack, leaving. I done had a mental breakdown. I was like, damn, I need a drink. And so I was like, ooh, one person that won't fail me. Let me go.
That one, okay. I thought you meant the guy who didn't pay the first time that came back and took you out.
Ooh, damn. Imagine me bitching about never going on a date. I've been on 3 in the last 2 weeks. Dang.
We over here getting
Imagine.
confused.
Damn.
I didn't know you went on a date with him.
The one that stiffed you the first time, yeah.
Yeah, I went that Friday.
Did you tell me that?
Yeah, I told you it was on Friday. I mean, I don't know if I, updated you.
There wasn't really
You
much to
didn't give me
update.
a-
Yeah, it wasn't. We literally just went, ate, and just chit-chatted. And, I mean,
Are y'all still talking?
to be honest, I think he told me good morning a couple days ago, and I forgot to text back. But
She got her payback of her dinner, and that's all she wanted. She was playing the long game, the long con.
But
Get her dinner and get out.
yeah. But so, Brooklyn over here giving me a fucking heart attack about leaving. So, to have my little mental breakdown, I'm like, dang, I need a strong drink. And so I was like, one person that won't fail me is the last boyfriend. Me and him were really cool, honestly, because we I feel like get along better when we're not together. Because we're just both so hot-headed. So anyways, he's a good time. I like hanging out with him, or I like hanging out with him.
He's a good time gal.
Yeah, good time gal. And so we go to Mexican, and I get my 2 little margaritas. I think I had 3, to be honest. I can't remember, but I was limiting myself because responsible. And it was like a Thursday, So anyways, we sit at this Mexican restaurant for probably 2 or 3 hours. Probably 2 hours. I'll say 2 hours to be not too dramatic. And we done had a good time. Both of us caught a little buzz, and he eats. I wasn't hungry because we had just ate that day. Late as all get out for lunch, and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go there, drink my. I didn't even eat no freaking cheese dip. That's how full I was. And so, anyways, we get done, we leave, we go hang out in the house for a little bit, and then he ends up leaving, goes because he already had plans to hang out with his friends. So I was like, okay, cool, that's no big deal. I'm not gonna ask you to stay over here. But I was like, dang, because he's actually been, he was putting in the little efforts to, correct some things that he knew I didn't like that he did. So I was like, oh, okay, not him actually trying.
Improvement.
Yeah, improving, and he was actually trying to put the little effort in. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I even texted him that night. I said, I miss having a snuggle buddy, so feel free to come back over if you don't go hang out with your friends. And he was like, oh, okay, I will. No big deal. I didn't text him back because, we don't just conversate like that. It is what it is. We talk every now and then. I stayed up until probably 3 o'clock that fucking morning. For whatever reason, I just couldn't sleep because I got insomnia real bad. And I hopped on Snapchat at 2 a.m. and while I see him post a selfie with a girl talking about my babe, I said, I know you fucking lying. And so I just swiped up and heart reacted to it because I was like, you're sitting there trying to tell me that, you're wanting to have the serious shit, you want to settle down and, be with just one person, but you over here doing the whole stuff. I can't get on board with that. And then I texted him the next day because I was just so annoyed. Oh, it's just so annoyed. Especially because, you don't go back to exes for a reason. Mm-hmm. And my dumb ass, don't ever fucking learn. So I was like, all right, cool.
I told you.
I know it. I don't listen. And, so I texted him the next day. I was like, so I'm assuming we ain't trying round 2. And he was like, oh, her ex-boyfriend was there. I was just being messy. Buddy, tell lies to a bitch that's gonna believe it. Because it ain't this one.
Because it's an ex-boyfriend on your Snapchat that you got. How's he gonna see that then? You could have took the picture and not posted it. Why are you posting it? Your boyfriend ain't gonna see that.
Exactly.
Messy.
Yeah. So that was the first ex freaking drama from last week, and then was that yesterday that I dealt with that fucker?
Uh-huh.
That sure was yesterday. Yeah, I got a little
update.
Woo! So apparently episode 2 really ground some gears on this one because Terisa had to get some words in with that with ex number 2 yesterday. I ain't gonna say names because God forbid I get a defamation lawsuit. But I get told, I know I was just chit chatting because he just sent me a random video, and I just told him I was like, feel free to go support your favorite ex-girlfriend, because I know I'm his favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I feel like I would love to have me as an ex at this point. And so he was like, nah, I won't be a part of your shenanigans or your podcast. And I said, I mean, you can at least support the fucking live, you know? And he was like, y'all probably talk about drama anyways on the podcast. I was like, to be honest, we talk about, like, just random stuff.
Pause. Probably talk about, like, at that point, he hadn't already watched it and knew what he was trying to say next.
Yeah, because he was sassy with me the other day, and I'm sure it's because he went and listened to it. But it is what it is. And, yeah, going to sit there and tell me that, I need to keep him and his stories off of our podcast. And I said, okay, well, I don't say your name, so we're good. You know, like, nobody's going to know unless you flat out tell people, like, oh, yeah, I was the one that kind of was a little shitty, you know. But, I mean, that's your choice, not mine. And so, anyways, he was like, I'll file a defamation lawsuit. And I said, I don't even say my niece and nephew's names on here. I'm like, so chill, you know. And I was like, so dramatic, because I, you know, thought he was joking, whatever. So I was so dramatic, and he was like, I swear to God, I will. When I tell y'all, lit me the fuck up, and I'm like, oh, here getting heated thinking about it again. I tell you, I can't stand it, because like nothing irritates me more than somebody threatening me with some type of legal process, especially when you ain't got shit to stand on. Because I'll play that game with you, because hey, you about to be fucked up worse than I am because you want to be dramatic. Like, it's not that serious. Like, I've not once outed you. I've not once said anything, you know, that wasn't what the fucking truth was. Like, just like Cat Williams said, that I got this freaking screenshot on my phone. Let me go ahead and go quote old Cat Williams over here.
Oh, the conviction?
Huh?
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. If you wanted me to speak more highly of you, then perhaps you should have treated me better. You don't get to narrate my story of my experiences with you. And I'm going to stand by that, because I didn't say nothing that was a lie. And, yeah, so anyway, now I'm pissed because you're not sitting here going to try to intimidate me and threaten me with some freaking legal system because you think that's about to make me, you know, ooh, so scared. Let me not talk about my life on our podcast, you know, but, yeah, so when I tell you I went the fuck off yesterday, and then he had the audacity, he's like, oh, it was just a joke. No, don't gaslight me acting like you were just fucking joking just because now I'm pissed. And you know that I'm not going to be intimidated by you because you don't bother me. Like, you want to sit there and file a defamation lawsuit on me, but okay, that's fine, because I'm telling you, you're going to lose, and then you're going to be in a worse position than I would be with the legal system because of how stupid you want to act, just because you want to be dramatic and upset that I'm telling the world, you know, what happened to me. Like, I'm sorry, you did that to me. And yeah, so when I tell you that was the most, bullshit I think I've ever dealt with. And then I was talking to Frederick this morning about it, because I told him about it, and he was like, tell the motherfucker to file it. He said, Terisa, he gonna lose. And he was like, you still got all the proof, right? He said, yeah. He said, bam, out the fucking window. He said, tell the motherfucker to shut up and mind his business. I said, I did. I said, I told him, yeah, imagine how stupid you sound coming at me like that. Because I'm not the one. Like, you don't sit there and make a dry threat to me and think I'm about to just be like, oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. No, that don't happen like that.
Quiver down and be like,
yeah, like I'm gonna bow down and just be like, oh, you know, you right. Let me be scared. Oh no. But yeah, that was the fuckery I fucking dealt with my exes. But speaking of Frederick,
oh yeah,
he finally got my letter, right? And so, you know, I sent like, you know, the limit's 20. I sent 19 pictures, but he said, oh, because you know I sent him that one of my profile picture of me and the AI filter. Mm-hmm. He said, when were you in the Navy? He said, you didn't tell me you was in the Navy. I said, and when I tell you, I'm fucking dying laughing at this point. I was like, are you serious? He was like, Terisa, he was like, when did you get that picture taken?
You fooling them all.
And I was like, that is so fucking funny. I said, that is literally not me. He said, that's really not you. I said, I swear to God.
You had him thinking you served in the whole ass Marines. And you just failed to ever mention that.
Like, he didn't serve in the military himself, you know? Like,
he's like, oh dang, brother in arms.
So then we was laughing about that, and I was like, yeah, I done convinced the niece that it was a great aunt that fought in the World War II or something. I was like, to be honest, I can't even tell if that's the last war or not, but I was like, this is what I told her. And the niece was like, oh, what was her name? Baby, I don't know, to be honest. I just discovered her, and we look just alike, so I changed it to my profile picture. And she was like, can you please send me that? So I was like, oh, I'm going to tell you, it's a whole running joke.
She's going to have a family tree project at school one of these days and put that whole ass picture.
She ain't gonna have no poster board for how big our family is. Like little branches off, you know. But so anyways, we was cracking the hell. When I tell you when he discovered it was a joke too, it was the funniest thing ever. I said he was pissing himself laughing on the other end. And so then he was like, he said, yeah, a couple of the guys in here seen your pictures and was like, oh, is that your girl? He was like, yeah, that's my friend. Mind you, this motherfucker's probably like, oh yeah, that's my woman, you know, like trying to hype me up or whatever. But anyways, he was like, that's my friend from Alabama. And he's like, yeah, they were like, oh, okay. He's like, she's decent. I said, damn.
Backhanded compliment.
I said, damn, they could have just kept the compliment at that fucking point. And he was like, no, Teresa. He was like, no, he said, in here, he said, that's how we compliment people's, like, women, because nobody wants to offend, like, the person that's in prison, you know. He's like, nobody wants to ever be like, oh, damn, your bitch is fine as fuck, or anything like that. He said, so that's, like, how we compliment each other as girls. He was like, no, he said, they all loved it. He said, but that's how we talk to each other. It's like, oh, yeah, she was decent. He was like, I know, and she mine. I was like, buddy, I ain't nobody's. But, yeah.
I thought he wasn't going to share those pictures with anybody.
Retweet. But I told him, I said, you know what? The motherfuckers belong in one cell only. If they ever was to get it, I'm telling you, I'm gonna come home. I will blow the prison up, buddy. We'll blow it up. Which is, there wasn't nothing inappropriate, but I also don't want these fucking, you know,
Randy McStabby stab over here.
Fucking
knowing what I look like.
Knowing I got tattoos and whatnot too, like how to hunt me down. Like, you know, I trust him to an extent, but you know, that's, no, I don't want random ass people hunt me down either.
Look at this little rat tail of a curl.
But yeah,
someone
so
has some scissors.
That was a scoop from today. And when I tell you, it was so fucking funny because when he real deal thought that was a real life picture of me. He's like, Teresa. He was like, I really thought that was you.
I mean, it technically is your head.
But he was like, so all that was is your face? I said, yeah. He said, how did you do that? I said, Snapchat.
Does he even know what that is?
Yeah, I was going to ask that because how long has he been in?
He's only been in there for like, I think, 3 years now?
Okay, yeah, Snapchat's been around for a while then.
He old though, you know, he's like in his late 30s, so he ain't real hip. He talked about using Skype. Who the fuck uses Skype anymore? Like we FaceTime. Is
that even around anymore?
We FaceTiming, or at this fucking point, you trying to say Skype? Let's just Zoom, you know?
Yeah.
Like, or give me a Teams call at this point, but yeah.
Everybody says Zoom.
Zoom.
That's all that came to mind when you said that.
Yeah. But...
Well, it came into my mind when you said that was everybody say, way.
Well, the other day so we've me and Brooklyn we're trying to get Audra on board, but me and Brooklyn have started our TikTok journey. Go follow us at BrookFarmer1 and at TER_EE_SUHH. Write that down. But yeah, go follow us. We go live every night now. We trying to get rich on this little TikToker before they shut the heck down.
See, we need people to come in and talk to us because going live when there's nobody in there, like nobody to ask you questions and talk to you, is very awkward.
And that's what I'm saying, because I want to do that. But okay, Teresa has her sister that comes in and her niece and nephew that come in and talk, and then Brooke has her whole dang still together parents.
One of those underrated luxuries.
She's got the whole familial support, imagine. But she got both her parents in there and her friend. Who am I going to talk to?
Well, like
I'm going to have to talk to the random people that come in there. I don't have any, like, at least y'all got shooters in your comments, you know, like, you got some backup.
Keep going.
I'm just saying, y'all got some backup. At least y'all have some people where, like, someone says something rude, you can, like, respond to them and then, like, keep going with what you're doing. I'm stuck with the weirdos.
Well, see, like, yesterday was granted, we just started this shit, like, 2 days ago. But, like, last night was the first night me and her went live at the same time, right? Like, the other night, I started first, she got on there, was commenting or whatever, and then she was like, dang, should I go live? I was like, well, hell yeah. So I got off, and then she got on, so, like, I hopped on hers, you know, liking, commenting, because the more interaction you get with your lives, the more your stuff, like, moves to, like, up the algorithm, I suppose.
Yeah. So, I feel like normally you would have me and Teresa in your life to talk to you, to carry you for a little bit of the way, because that's what we try to do, and I feel like we should keep it like that because it's easier, like having people already in there.
Because it's good when random people come in and, like, you get new followers and you can interact with them if they're, like, interacting and not being weird.
Yes.
But if those are the only ones in there, it's like, okay, I'm talking to myself until butt sniffer 123 comes in and is talking about what's the one that said in Teresa's last night? It was like I don't even know if I want to say it because it disgusts me, and you had to block him. You didn't even.
Oh yeah, about the little sister thing.
Yeah, and it was.
We gonna save the podcasters that one, but we had a little inappropriate.
Yeah, and so he says that he's the only one in there. With we alone together. I feel like I'm looking him in his eyes when he says it. Fuck.
Yeah, he got blocked real quick.
Last
night, the new little fella that's in love with me on TikTok talking about, he said, I ain't never talking to another woman that don't have an accent like yours again.
Didn't he stalk you?
Done went to my Instagram, commented on my shit, asked if he could DM me on there. I said, no, buddy. I said, I turned my messages off. And then he was like, can I get your Snap? Hell no. If I got the messages off, why would I give you the Snap? So I'm like, whatever. But he was talking about, I'm not trying to offend you, but is that your real hair color? Is that your natural hair color? Buddy, you didn't have to offend me.
We were on the live talking about roots.
How I needed to dye my roots. Like, you're not about to offend me. This shit is not natural because God did not bless me with dark hair because, not the favorite. The sister got all the dark genes, all the good genes from our side of the family, and I unfortunately got the opposite.
And both y'all want opposite hair colors, so you're dyeing it dark and she's dyeing it light.
Literally. She's a blonde and my hair is black. So, But he was like, I didn't want to sound rude. I'm like, you don't sound rude. Like, I don't get offended easily, especially, and when them trolls come on, when I tell y'all, that's my favorite, especially when I be roasting them back and everybody's laughing at me, like, y'all, let's stop gassing my head up,
Inflating my ego.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to play golf this weekend, but I'm not playing because...
You gonna make Teresa hold the mic?
I mean,
it's
not very much to say.
Well, to be honest, I feel like it's easier, because when I get done talking, like, I'm not talking no more, so I'm
gonna be the mic stand?
Not really, but
you might as well just you're like the person holding the boomstick.
Get whacked in the head with it.
And it comes down into front.
We're gonna edit that out.
Put KJ apart.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, can you go move the microphone to whoever is speaking, please?
Yo.
Yeah, so last night we attempted to record an episode, but we bought 2 microphones, and we were trying to hook it to one computer, so we
never said we were technologically
so we were struggling. So we went to Walmart we left the house that we were going to record at one, all the way to Walmart to buy this piece. We bought it, found it after, they're doing remodeling, so it took 3 hours, but we finally found it.
The soup is next to the charger. Said it's on aisle K, whatever. No, the fuck it ain't.
Yeah, it was on this stuff.
Waited 10 minutes, it felt like, at the little help desk.
Just for her to spot it anyways.
Yeah, I was standing there going, doo-doo-doo, just waiting for help, and then, I lock eyes, I'm like, oh, never mind.
She's like, Teresa, it's over here. And I was like,
and I'm not gonna lie, I said it a little bit loud, hoping the people I was making eye contact with that kept walking by me heard me say, found it. Here you go, guys. On our fucking own.
With no help from the workers.
Since no one would help us. But, so we went and bought this piece, came home, messed with it, and we still didn't get it to work. So, and then we went live last night, and we were going to try and do, the podcast live. And we got sidetracked talking to our live people that we did a very horrible job with the live. With the podcast. So, we decided we would re-record. But, now we are passing around the microphones. So, bear with us until we figure out what piece we need so we can use 2 microphones. And if y'all know, let us know.
Drop it in the comments.
Please get in the comments for anything, at least for this.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing around here. But,
we're going to be able to say we made it one day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, humble beginnings. We're going to look back on this and be like, do y'all remember?
Do y'all remember when we passed the microphone around? But, yeah, so anyway, we're going to try. Hunter made plans to go golfing. Y'all know, I go golfing every single weekend, if y'all don't know this about me yet. And Hunter made plans to go golfing this weekend, but he's going to, he's going to Robert Trent Jones. I don't know, I guess I can say that. There's so many. Yeah, mm-hmm. So we were going there, and, so to play there, if you don't have a membership card, a trail card or something, I don't know what it's called, forgive me. But if you don't have the card, then it's $150 to play.
God dang.
Yeah, it's very...
So does he have a card, or is he paying $150 to go golfing? Okay.
He has a card, but I don't have a card, so I don't get to play this weekend. And when I tell you, I'm really upset about it, because we didn't get to play last weekend because my car broke down. So I'm going on 2 weeks with no golf, and next week I'm not gonna get to play either.
Like a crackhead fiending.
I mean, like I'll get to play maybe next weekend, and he's been working late because I was like, ooh, maybe we can go like one day after work because they're open like throughout the day on weekdays and stuff. So I was like, maybe we can go one day when you get off work because when I'm not working, he gets off at 12, 2 o'clock.
Oh, you're talking about while you're on vacation?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like after you get off work.
No.
Like, dang, that's late.
Yeah, not when I get off. It's too dark, but. Yeah, so I was like, maybe we can go, like, one day this week. But he's worked, like, every single day, so we don't even get
Yeah, because on the days you work, it's like, oh, he's off, and I look at the clock, and it's noon.
Yeah, so, but, every day this week he's worked till 3, 4. He got home at, like, 5 today. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it always works out like this. But, so anyway, I don't get to play, so I don't know if I'm going to make him play golf 2 times this weekend. So, like, I can go with him to play. I can be the golf cart driver and drinker like I have been before I got these hidden golf talents revealed, or if I'm just gonna miss out 2 weeks in a row because it's, I was good before. What if this 2 week break?
You gotta keep exercising your talent.
I know.
You're gonna lose your mojo.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget how to swing.
You're gonna be sore all over again.
Oh, and yes, let me tell you. So I did not know that golfing used muscles. You think you just get up there and swing the club and move on. But when I tell you my stomach was sore, my arm was sore, my back was sore, I was sore. And I was like, dang, like, I didn't know swinging, like, you use these. But I tried to swing after I got sore. And when I tell you, I felt every sore piece of my body. So it had to be from golfing because I didn't do anything else. But, so yeah, I just want to let y'all know that I'm going to be missing out on golfing. So, what's the verdict? Do y'all think that I should make him go golfing 2 times so I can go golfing? Like, we can go to another course and I can go golfing?
What's the weather gonna be like? Hold on.
I don't think it's going to be good.
So I'd probably say don't do that to yourself.
To myself, I want to do it.
No, I'm talking about, like, we'll talk about the weather, right? You don't want to be out there golfing in the rain. So if it's going to rain, no, just let him just go, But
yeah, you're right.
if it's going to be pretty, go ahead. Well, it ain't okay to go twice.
It's raining tomorrow and Sunday.
We went twice in one day one time, and when I tell you it was horrible because it was last summer, and I think the heat index was like 111 or 112. Yeah, and he went and played golf with the guys that morning, and then he wanted to go again, so I was like, ooh, and we had went out to eat and drank, and he was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, let's go again. So we went to another golf course and we played, and we only played 9 holes, and when I tell you it was miserable, it was so hot outside. I was like, yeah, this was a bad idea. So we haven't been twice since we did that. But yeah, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be this weekend, but
It looks
I think
good.
it's
It
supposed
looks
to rain.
good. It rained Sunday.
It rains Sunday, so that would be the day that I would go. So
yeah, I wouldn't do that to yourself.
imagine him making me like something and then taking it away from me.
How rude.
But I do enjoy golfing a lot more than I thought I would, of course. But I like golfing more than I like riding around, and I feel like this weekend's just going to show me that even more, Like, I'm going to be riding, and I'm like, I could have made that shot. I could have hit that.
Oh, my God. That could have been me. I let me out there.
Yeah, like, I could have done better. So I feel like he's going to get annoyed if I make any of those comments this weekend, so gotta watch it. Or else he's not going to let me go unless I play next time. So I went outside, my dogs bark. I have 2 golden doodles, and they bark a lot if they see other dogs. They're just barking dogs. Well, not my baby. My baby's Ivy. She don't really bark, but Willow, she barks. So the neighbors let their dogs outside, and my dogs were outside, so they were barking. So I went outside to get them today. And when I go outside, the neighbor's outside. Her name is Bailey. I love her. And she was like, how do you feel about snakes? And I was like, oh, God, no. Because, anything about me, snakes are my worst fear in the whole entire world. So I started freaking out. And I was like, let me go back inside. And, yeah, she had a snake that was on her house. Like, it was right by her back door. And it was just, like, crawling. It was crawling down. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, I have a shovel, but I'm not doing it. My luck, I would throw the snake on myself. I would miss the snake. Snake would kill me. It would just not be a good idea. So I have a shovel, and she's like, she's like, I'm not touching it. And I was like, well, I'm not either. So she ended up getting somebody over there to help, though. It was apparently just a rat snake, and it was small. It was real small. And, yeah, the man that came and got it, he picked it up with his hands. It was a rat snake. So he was like, it's fine. And when I tell you, ain't no way. I'm telling you, I got chills on my body when I saw him reach his hand and pick up this snake in the wild. I won't even touch your snake. And it is in a
Like I tell
cage
people,
thing.
I tell people all day long, I don't mess with a wild snake if it is not someone's pet in a tank somewhere with a name. I don't mess with it because I can't tell which ones are like poisonous and which ones are not. I couldn't tell you what a different type of snake was unless it was in front of me and somebody gave me the description.
Yeah.
So like I do not mess with a wild snake at all. So yeah, I would have been in the same boat. I ain't touching it.
Yeah, I was like, y'all ain't getting me with the snake. So anyway, but yeah, he came over and he just picked it up. He was like, oh, it's just a rat snake. Oh. What you mean just a rat snake? A snake? Every snake's a bad snake. A good snake is a dead snake.
Y'all don't come for Brooke for that comment now.
But last night, Teresa and Audra were at my house, and we were gonna DoorDash. Some Sonic.
Listen.
And Audra, at the last minute, changed her mind and didn't want to DoorDash.
I feel like I need to defend myself.
But I had already told Hunter, I had already asked Hunter if he wanted something from Sonic. He was in there playing his game, so, I yelled for him. I was like, you want something from Sonic? And he was like, yeah, cheeseburger. Anyway, not me giving y'all his whole order, but anyway, so he had, placed his order with me or whatever. And then Audra was like, well, she was like, I think I'm just going to leave and I'm just going to get it on my way home. So I was like, oh no. It's like, I was just going to order something because you were, and we were going to split the DoorDash fee. And so anyway, we did not end up ordering DoorDash. And then when they left, Hunter came out of his game room and he was like, is it here yet? I was like, oh, actually, change of plans. You're eating Uncrustable because I did not order your food because... Yeah, it was late anyway. It was 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's bedtime anyway. We don't need to eat a big old meal before we go to bed. So, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't actually order it. You should have seen the disappointment in his face. You could read it. I was like, I'm sorry. But...
Because go ahead and hand that your phone over because I feel like I have to defend myself. First of all, the last time I went over to her house, I stopped at a Sonic on the way there. And I got me a burger and it was really good. I'm thinking it might be because I was intoxicated a little bit. But, and so I'm like, okay, I'm going over to her house. I'm going to stop by Sonic on my way home. I was thinking about it. It was in my brain. And so it's getting late. It was 10:30. And I was like, okay, well, I think I'm going to head out here shortly and go get me something to eat. And you were like, okay, just DoorDash it. And Miss Teresa has it on her phone, the pass, so you don't have to pay the fees or nothing. So there wasn't even no fee for us to split in the first place. Argument number one, there ain't no fees because she had the Dash Pass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I said, who has Dash Pass? And that's why she handed us her phone.
I said, I don't even know what that is. When y'all said that, nobody ever told me what it was.
It means you don't have to pay the fees. You still
Imagine I could have really ordered him dinner.
Yes. That's what I was trying to tell you.
We got to cut this part out.
That's why I said I gotta argue. Because we were looking at it and I was like, okay, we're gonna order it, and there's 30 minutes and it's already 10:30 and everything's winding down. People were leaving the live, and so I was like, okay, I think I'm just gonna go home, that way I can eat my dinner and go get in bed and watch y'all on live if you're still on live. And that's why I was like, I'm not gonna get anything. And you were like, oh, well, I won't get anything either. I said, go ahead and get it. You already told Hunter you're gonna get him something. Don't be a liar. I was fighting for you, Hunter. If you listen to this, don't let Brooke edit this episode. The truth has to find a way out. Don't let her silence us.
I'll say, don't fucking spit that water.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, just go ahead and order. You're like, oh, I was only going to order because you were going to order, and it's fine. And then she comes in today and says, he really wanted that Sonic. I said, I'm sure he did. He was listening to every part of our conversation except the part where we're like, oh, we're not going to order that.
Swear to God. He sure was being nosy except for the part that matters.
Part that had to do with his dinner. Din. But I sure did on my way home. It added an extra 10 minutes. I went out of my way. It was good. It was okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
it was gone by the time I got home.
To make up,
you gonna get it tonight?
I might go ahead and get it tonight. That way, when he listens to this podcast, he won't be mad.
When I tell you, I remember his order because I put I had the DoorDash up on her phone and it defaults to her address. So I just hit search Sonic, pull up the first one, put in the order, everything, hand the phone to you. You get it in there. I get it back. And I go, oh, wrong one. So I change it to your address, and it kicks everything out. So we got to do the Sonic next year. I've had to put this man's order in 3 times. It was a cheeseburger, meat and cheese only, and a large, specifically a large tater tot.
He likes his tater tots. He likes his tater. He was so excited.
No cheese or nothing, first of all.
Speaking of, he likes cheese and ketchup only.
Well, you didn't get no. Why didn't you get no cheese on it then?
He
On
did.
what?
The tater tots.
No. He gets regular tater tots. I thought you were
that's what I
talking
said.
about hamburger.
No, on the tater tot.
Oh.
Also, Hunter, if it's got cheese on it, it's not a hamburger. It's a cheeseburger. I should go throw that out there.
Well, he orders the cheeseburger with cheese and ketchup only. He likes to specify that he still wants the cheese. He just don't want anything else. So like when he says ketchup only, he don't want him to take his cheese off too.
Valid argument. Got nothing to do with the fact that you call a cheeseburger a hamburger. It's in the name.
Add cheese, remove everything else. But dang, I had something to say and I got sidetracked.
It'll come to
You
you.
were talking about the order.
Or last night.
Oh yeah, he got so excited when we went. Our Dollar General by our house got remodeled, and he got so. When I tell you so excited because he went in the Dollar General and they were selling tater tots now. He was so excited.
Okay, I feel like I have to clear up like frozen ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought like hot and fresh.
Yeah.
Like they got a hot jelly.
box. They got a hot box.
It said, the sign came up that said, we have remodeled or something, and I was like, let's go in here, because we haven't been in a while, and I was like, let's go in here and see what they did. So we went in there, and he said, they sell tater tots. He was so excited about his
What
tater
kind
tots.
of raggedy DG doesn't have a frozen section? I feel like that's been standard in most
Ours-
of them since forever.
Ours did, but it only had fries. We never have tater tots.
Did
at
you
ours.
have to like sign a petition? Be like, potato equality. I need hash browns next. This is only the beginning.
All potatoes matter.
But they really do. Like, they sell fruit now, and they sell, like, the pepperoni trays. Me and Hunter, every time we go to Winn-Dixie, we get the pepperoni tray. Like, the pepperoni and cheese. We love, and the crackers. We love that. And they started selling, like, the little ones at the Dollar General. That's, like, the perfect lunch/snack after golf. Like, after being outside all day. Like, you just, like, it's like a little snackatizer type deal. Like, it's perfect. Because you don't want to eat a lot when she got hot and stuff. So, like, it's just, like, the perfect amount.
Well, and I don't know if the planning was you or Brooke or a combination of it, but when I tell you, for my birthday,
Oh no, that was Brooklyn.
when it asked me questions, I didn't even fucking put two and two together. Like the game night thing, I was like, okay, we're all going over. It's probably gonna be like a little thingy. But when I tell you, asking about what kind of cake you like, what alcohol do you drink, just ask them in the most inconspicuous, like snuck them into our normal conversations that I did not dare.
That's how you do
Suspect
it.
a thing.
That's how you do it.
I was like, dang, I got
She conspired against both of us though, because I didn't know they were doing that shit for me either. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh, I thought it was like a little hangout and like a hangout for like birthdays. It's like, but it's mostly like, okay, yeah, a little game night. But no,
Yep.
got me good.
I played
Because
Yucky
she
Face.
did. She was
Fucking
wanting to
shady.
do it together, and I was like, no, I'm cool with not like celebrating mine because I don't really like. By the time November comes till about March, I can't stand that time period. Even my birthday, it's just like a time. And so like I didn't mind not celebrating my birthday. So I was like, no, like I don't want to do like a joint something. Like I'll just we're gonna throw it for Audra. So we're gonna do it at Brooke's house. We're gonna have game night. She never includes me in any plan. And I forgot about it, to be honest. And up until like right before, and I was like, dang. And then I show up. Sure enough, they schemed against us.
Yeah, I don't ever celebrate anything either. It's like, that'd be a little game night. And they got balloons and everything. Paint's still missing from the wall where they were hung up.
It is. Well, Teresa is not easy to surprise by any means. So I figured I went ahead and threw it in there, and then I dropped it because I was like, oh, that was a good idea. Teresa's just being a party pooper. But that was a good idea to do it jointly, so I tried to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Little gotcha moment. Little Chris Hansen moment. Sitting at the table, sitting at the bar. Like they do in the show.
But. Alright, well, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's a good place to end. I feel like. Now it's not because we said it's a good place to end. Now it doesn't feel organic or authentic.
Well, you got
Feels like we're forcing it.
You gotta tell them to go follow us and stuff.
I'm trying to, but I'm. You see the gears turning?
Is that the gear?
She's a little WD-40.
Hopefully that might cut out a little. But anyways, thank you for hanging out with us. Go follow all of our social medias. It's I'm gonna have to think about it. I know the words, but I don't know the abbreviation.
IKYFL.
Not abbreviation.
Acronym.
Acronym.
Every time.
IKYFL.PODCAST on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And then on Twitter, it's IKYFL podcast, no dot, right?
Mm-hmm.
No dot on Twitter. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave us little comments. Let us know if there's any tech savvy wizards out there that can help us with this 2 microphone conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
And leave us any ideas on what you'd like us to hear for a future episode.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.